Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. It's Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Man, it's like for a while now, we've been asking what's going on in this country. We've been asking, why are they pushing for women to have kids? Why are they pushing, for women to stay home and, make babies, trying to basically push women at the workforce. And, we're like, man, maybe it could be something else. It's the same reason why they banned abortion, bro. It's the same reason that's happening in every part of the world. The birth rate is down. They're trying to hurry up and make babies. They're trying to get you to make babies. They're trying to get you to reproduce. The numbers in this country are not what they're supposed to be. They tell you it's supposed to be 350 million people in the U.S. To be honest, it's basically like 150 million to 200 million people in the U.S. They tell you it's 8.2 billion people in this world. It's about 2.1 to 2.1 to 2.5 billion people in this world. Dude, the numbers they telling you is fucked up. They got you fucked up. They lying to you. It's like 600 million people in China, 600 million people in India. These numbers that they telling you, there's 1.5 billion over here, it's 1 billion right there. Those numbers sound astronomical because they are. Where all those damn people at? Anytime that you got ghost cities in China and they need land and they need all this space, why are all these places empty? Because it's not what they telling you. Now, I'm going to tell you again, man. You looking at this and you trying to figure out, they basically telling you that these degrees are not, accredited too much anymore, far as some part of the nursing fields and, the women only part of the medical field. Then you got the teaching part and, it start painting a bigger picture. This is why I tell you to pay attention. This is why I keep saying paying attention. The Handmaid's Tale shit may not be as far-fetched as you think it is. Told you once before that they have been in certain banks freezing people accounts. And it's been different banks at different times. Test run, and I've been telling you about that shit, man. And I want to read something to you. So what's happening right now is as of January, I think of the 28th of 2026, they made a list of places that is laying off. And I'm going to read them to you because you might find this shit funny. It's not funny. It's real. This is why I say sometimes we need to look at this. 307,000 people are being laid off in the federal government. 78,000 UPS workers. 30,000 Amazon workers. 25,000 Intel workers. 20,000 people from Nissan. 16,000 people from Nestle. 15,000 people from Microsoft. 13,000 people from Bosch. 12,000 people from Dell. 13,000 people from Verizon. 11,000 from Ford. 4,000 from Philform. 3,000 from IBM. 2,800 from American Airlines. 2,000 from Paramount. 1,800 from Target. 1,500 from General Motors. 1,000 from Kroger, and 1,000 from Meta. That's basically like what? 500,000 jobs? And that's coming this year, last year. But see, with this list that I just told you about, that ain't everybody. That ain't everybody. I didn't go through everybody. I just made out the key people. So sitting here thinking to yourself, wow, what is really going on? What's going on is basically, if you take away the jobs, we at your mercy. Like I told you, people are like, well, AI is going to be start doing things and, we can have a life of leisure, but who's going to pay you? Who's going to pay your bills? Nobody thought about that. If AI is taking over, why do they need you anymore? What are you good for now? Talk about Soylent Green for real. I'm just saying, we have to look at all this stuff, man. We got to pay attention. Shit ain't adding up right now, man. I'm trying to figure out, they're telling you that the unemployment rate is at its lowest. And I'm sitting here thinking, since when? It only counts for the people who are still looking for jobs. Some people just gave up. You see what they did with the food stamps thing right now, right? You gotta work like 70 to 80 hours of, what's that called? Community service, and you gotta do this and you gotta do that, and you gotta make sure you're on this, and I'm like, damn, it's real right now. So those free rides are basically over, bro. They trying to cut out every service. The Obamacare, what they call just for, which is the Affordable Care Act. Most of our, government employees get this, far as the Republicans and the Democrats, which are congressmen, and all of that, and, senators, they get this health care. But see, we don't think about that stuff. They telling you it's bad, but they got it. How does that work? See, the thing is, it's good for me, but not for you. I've been pushing this for a long time. Start paying attention to stuff you see, man. It's not that damn hard. The women were telling me, man, like, oh, man, they laid me off. They laid me off. They laid me off. And I'm like, man, I was talking to you about that before, saying that you should be paying attention to this stuff because they're doing it so slick now that it's kind of like on a whole nother level now. It's not the way it used to be. They're treating you different now. These people don't care. They never did. Rich people don't care about poor people. Rich people don't care unless you affect their bottom line. When I was telling you about food shortages and stuff like that, like I said the other day, dude, what you think is going to happen when there's nobody to basically harvest the food? This is what they're waiting on. Now they telling you it's a recall on certain food like Pringles, Skittles, and other stuff, man. And they want you to destroy it because from this one distributor, it had like rat feces and, bird droppings in a facility in certain places. And, it could have contaminated the food. And they don't want you to send it back to the people, but they want you to destroy it. Or you could ask for a refund. So a while back, they had the same thing going with medication. Oh, all these medications are contaminated with rat feces and bird droppings. Bruh, did you not get what I just said? They did the same thing a little while ago with the medication, the cough and cold stuff. Then they threw this other thing out there saying that the cough and cold medications, we knew for the longest, the FDA knew for the longest that none of this stuff actually works. Why are they pushing the narrative so hard? This is why you know something is wrong, because a narrative is being pushed. They're constantly trying to get you to send stuff back or tell you stuff ain't working. This is why I say we need to be paying attention. We need to start holding people accountable. We need to start stepping up and paying attention. We need to start pulling some money out the bank and holding on to it. Like I told you, during the Great Depression, man, see, a lot of people didn't understand what caused the Great Depression. They tell you they closed the bank for like 3 to 9 days, right? Yeah, but that was before they had the FDIC. They took everybody money. What happened was they took everybody money and funded a war. That's what they did. And the thing that pissed them off was the black people still had money because you wouldn't allow them to put the money in the bank. That was a race thing, and that situation backfired. That's where you get the Harlem Renaissance from. Same time period. This is why I say be kind of careful right now. I still know people nowadays who don't put all their money in the bank because this shit could happen again. See, the way they pushing this shit, the way they constantly telling you that, we want to go for segregation again. Why are they trying to segregate us? Why are they trying to divide us? See, the thing is, they trying to feed you a certain narrative right now. They trying to get you going. They trying to get you to go out there with them protesters and get out there and get yourself hurt. See, this is the narrative they're pushing because they want something else. See, this thing is the New World Order. It's changing. Project 2025, everything is changing. The way they want to pay us is changing because they're trying to do away with money. They're still trying to find a way to do away with paper money. They got rid of the penny. But the thing is, they want to get rid of change and they want to get rid of the paper money. But see, the thing is, people I like the paper money. I want to keep the paper money. And this is where you falling short at. Because people are like, no. I don't want to be anywhere where I'm pigeonholed, and you telling me I got to pay this way. No. I want to pay the way I want to pay. I want to do this the way I want to do this. Man, and right now what's happening is a lot of these companies are understanding that people are not looking at this shit anymore the way they're looking at it. They see this for what it is. They see it as you're trying to control them. All of this is about control, and that's all it's ever been about. It's not about anything else. It's not about making America great again. It's not about bringing back the jobs. Dude, they sent more jobs across the seas. So, dude, a lot of companies now are closing and opening up assembly lines in other countries. We giving billionaires and millionaires tax breaks because they don't do hiring and they don't put out more jobs. And you realize that they done sent, if they tell you they're about to create 50,000 jobs and you just sent 100,000 jobs overseas, make it make sense. You ain't did shit. You done basically played all in our face. And this is what these politicians are doing. They playing in our face. They think we stupid. They think we slow. They think that they can just pull the wool over our eyes. And a lot of us, we keep our head buried in the sand because we don't want to see anything. We don't want to truly see what's happening. Like I say, when you truly wake up, you start seeing shit. You start realizing that the world is not really what it is. Man, like I say, man, we live damn near in a simulation. I'm not saying this is some conspiracy theory. I'm saying we live in something that we don't control. You don't control your life. You think you do, but your decisions are already made, bro. And I mean, not biblically or anything like that. I mean, these people are planning out your life for you already. You're being bought and traded on the stock market as soon as you're born. You are a commodity. You like cattle. You think they care about you? No, they don't. You think they care about what you're going through? They don't. Do you think they care that, you can't pay your bills? Hell no. If you look at your church and you go to church, you think your pastor care that you can't pay your bills? Hell no. As long as you tithe, as long as you put in a collection plate, he don't care about what the hell you going through. See, not every place you go to got your best interest in mind. This is why I'm saying a church home is somewhere where you need to basically do research on. You need to find out you're in the right place, because sometimes you can join a cult and never know it. Because you are so wanting to do something, wanting to be somewhere with people, that you are willing to put yourself in anything. Sometimes people grab you when you're at your lowest. This is why I say you got to have your wits about you at times, man. Sometimes you can't, be in here just thinking, shit is going to be okay. Sometimes it's not. Man, these people look at us like we trash. Somebody told me the other day, man, I'd rather be rich, man, because if I'm rich, if my parents were rich when I was growing up, I wouldn't have to go through the stuff that I went through when I was growing up. No, you may have worse problems. A lot of rich kids, some of them are serial killers. Some of them are rapists. Some of them murderers. Bro, not everybody who got good parents or rich parents turn out good. Bruh, shit, sometimes the environment you in, it creates you. It builds you. Like somebody say, alpha male, man, you born alpha male. No, you're not. You become an alpha male. After all the shit you go through, it's like you turn into a different person. Alpha male and the beta male, they both the same damn thing, bro. Man, I hate when people make it seem like when you don't follow a certain script, you a simp or a doormat. No. Bro, you got to let that shit sink in. And I explain to everybody, when you going through stuff, you got to deal with it first. You just can't up and act. It don't work like that. Nobody is robotic like that. This is like when people tell you they're about to lose their job and they don't know what they do. First, you need a time to just mourn the job, mourn the loss of the job. Now you're trying to think about what you're going to do now. that's realistic, bro. Sometimes you got to sit back and just pray on it. You sitting there, you going through a lot of stuff, man. Your car break down, the water heater in your house, goes out, and you just sitting here just like, damn, it's a lot of shit. You think any of your politicians care? Hell no. They won't even fix the damn potholes around your house. I don't give a damn what neighborhood, what color the people is around there. You see potholes and empty, vacant ass storefronts everywhere. No matter what suburbs you go through, you see vacant storefronts. Because people don't see doing this anymore. People tired. If you barely gonna make it, think about it. You think you should be making big money and you not. Man, I've been trying to figure out what's going on. I remember this cat I knew that owned a McDonald's. Man, these people that used to work there used to steal out the register all the damn time. He was telling me one day, he said, man, I'm just going to tear this damn thing down and go from there. He said, man, I really haven't made no money from this. I try to hire people in the neighborhood. He said, man, this shit is just crazy. He said, I'm losing more money than this is worth. One day he closed and didn't open back up, tore the damn place down. Why? People just wasn't ready to work. People wasn't ready to have anything good. Sometimes it's okay to close everything in a certain area, man. Make you want it more. Dude, I used to hear people complain about the divvy bikes not being on certain sides of the town. Then they put them there. Then you see people using them. My thing is, like the scooters, you see people using them. My whole thing is, life is what it is. It don't change. My thing is, you got to be consistent with this, man. I don't talk to people about my money or being broke or anything like that. I complain about bills being more expensive, like my light bill going up, my health care going up. The gas bill done went up, because we're in the wintertime. Property taxes went up, so rent goes up. People don't see that. People think shit just happens. It doesn't. You got to look at this stuff, man. When I talk to you as a grown-ass man or woman, because I look at it this way. When we watch toy channels and video game channels, nobody ever say, man, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep doing this. I don't hear people say that. I heard one guy once say that, and he never said it again. He said, man, I remember when these figures were like $10 to $15, these Masters of the Universe, I think they were Super 7. I don't know what they were. It was some of those ones where you used to send off to get, and they come in a box and stuff like that. But the guy was like, man, before the figures hit $20, he said it was okay. But he said, now that they're 20, he said, man, that's a lot of money. And he said, man, I was buying a lot of figures. He said, $20 per figure, man, that adds up. I'm thinking about toys of $25 to $30 right now. Shit, up to 40, that adds up. And people are like, oh, man, you being cheap. That ain't being cheap. That's you paying attention. As a whole grown-ass man with responsibilities and bills, bro, I don't got time for that shit like that. Oh, man, you should just be buying toys, man. Hell with them bills. Man, I keep looking at people like, man, you don't keep on and your ass gonna be sitting outside with toys. Shit ain't as fun as you think it is when it's 30 below zero. You sitting there looking crazy as hell, crying, talking about I got toys, man. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's not a good look when shit is just messed up. When you sitting there crying about everything going wrong in your life and people are not listening to you, man, sometimes you got to sit back and listen. Sometimes people actually talk to you and tell you things. Sometimes we don't want to listen because we so hard-headed. It's like this is the year of not speaking so far. If I'm not speaking, people act like they can't speak, like they can't open their mouth. Why? Because people are mad. You used to listening to their problems. Now you're not listening to their problems and they're getting frustrated with you. People don't know how to act right now because they're just angry, man. And it's okay to be angry. It's just been going on for a minute. People don't know how to celebrate other people. People point into your cup, pull back. If a person say good morning to you, say good morning back. Nobody got to speak to you. Nobody got to say anything to you. See, the thing is about people listen to other people instead of having their own run in with people. They listen to other people and be like, man, well, I heard this about this person. Don't hear any damn thing about me. Talk to me. Find out who I am. Maybe what you hearing is completely wrong. See, everybody have a run-in with everybody. But see, the thing is, people don't tell you what the run-ins really are. You have a run-in with somebody and they telling you, man, look, hey, I don't appreciate the way you coming at me, man. You know, I done told many people, I don't appreciate the way you coming at me. I don't appreciate the way you talking to me. But people are misunderstanding things. They make it seem like I'm the one at fault. You know, people come to you trying to borrow money, man. That's one thing I don't do. I don't lend money to family or friends, bro. Or to people I don't know. I don't lend money. I don't give money. Dude, this is not the March of Dimes. This is not some sort of charitable organization where I go around giving people money. Bro, I'm going to tell you, people would basically kick you in your ass and not even care. They put you down, destroy you, man, for no apparent reason. Dude, people been complaining about everything that's happening. And they're not once marching about real shit. Rent control. Lower some of these damn utilities. Car insurance reform, healthcare reform. Why I say car insurance reform? Reform, because man, look how they doing us, man. You should get some sort of discount if you don't use the insurance that year. You should get some sort of monetary reward or something. You get what I mean? I'm paying into this, and y'all not covering shit. As soon as I get into an accident, you talking about, well, we may not cover that. Why not? I've been paying my damn premiums all this time. Now you trying to tell me something different? See, this is what I'm talking about. That slick shit. See, everybody slick out here. Everybody playing games with you, man. Don't play with these people. Do exactly what you do all the time. Talking about the groundhog, you know, did he see a shadow or not? Man, I don't care about none of that. My thing is, it's going to still be cold. And it's going to be cold, bro. It's going to be what it is. It's wintertime. Wintertime, it gets cold. Hey, I'm looking at everything, man. I keep telling people, learn how to actually pay attention. Pay attention when people are talking to you. If you didn't hear something, say, could you repeat that? Dude, I ask people to repeat shit all the time. You ain't listening. I said, it ain't that. I said, what you said didn't compute. I said, I'm trying to figure out what you mean by what you said. Wait, whoa, what you mean what I meant by what I said? I said, I'm trying to figure out what we talking about here. You know, everybody wants something from you, right? But nobody want to do anything, man. And nobody want to make concessions on shit. People want to look at you and get you to pay for everything. Get you to, you know, sit here and foot the bill for everything. Man, I used to foot the bill when I used to go out with family, man. I would pay for everybody. And I was sitting there saying, damn, I'm getting used. Dude, you know, I just thought it was something cool. We out and I just pay, you know, that way it ain't no thing. But my thing is, dude, when people start figuring that you paying, they start ordering shit that they shouldn't be ordering. They ordering drinks. This motherfucker ordering 3 drinks. I said, I ain't paying for this shit. I said, separate bills. And the lady was like, she started laughing, right? Because this is the last time I went out with my family, man. Motherfuckers had bills. That bill would have been damn near $800. You pay for what the hell you ate. If you over there spending an arm and a leg on some bullshit, you need to pay for your bullshit. In here crying because you have to spend $300 on your damn meal. If you couldn't afford it, shit, don't buy it. I'm not gonna go half on it with you. You the one who ate it. The hell you thinking? Dude, I'm not hearing that. See, people be playing. See, they be thinking you stupid. I ain't got time for that. My thing is, if you ain't got no money, don't carry your ass out. Guy poured some water on this guy's head at this restaurant the other day. It was on TV. The guy poured water on the guy's head because he didn't tip 50%. Dude, come on. How the hell you don't tip 50%? If your bill is $40 and you tip $10, that's a good-ass tip. That's 25%, right, I think? You know, so my whole thing is, come on now. You want 20 damn dollars? Come to find out the dude was changing tips and every damn thing in a card system. I had that shit happen to me, not with the water, but with people changing the tip. And I called, it was at a Denny's, I think. I called the people, and they said, those people no longer work here. We straighten out that stuff because everybody You know, and this is what I'm talking about. You got to be very careful. This is why now I try to pay in cash instead of paying with my credit card or my debit card, because I'm looking at it like, I don't know you like that. You know, I'm looking at the bill. My wife said, you be looking at that bill hard like you don't want to pay it. I said, it ain't that. I said, I'm making sure everything that we ordered is on here. Not some random shit that we didn't order. I had to talk to the person before about this. I said, it's 2 drinks on here. Oh, you ordered 2 liquor drinks. I said, we ain't ordered no liquor over here. I said, you got the wrong table with that one when he took it off. My whole thing was, what was that about? Ask yourself, what was that about? If I wouldn't have said nothing, if I wouldn't have paid no attention, I'd have been paying that shit. The damn drinks was $18 a piece. I didn't order that shit. I don't drink. Man, come on, stop playing with me. 3 damn drinks, that's 60 damn bucks. Stop playing with me. You got me fucked up. You know, when I said, I didn't order this, a lot of other people start looking at their damn receipts like, wait, hold on. Dude, it was a whole nother thing going on. People were like, hold on. When one person say something, everybody say something. That's what happens. But till later, fam, I hope this video found you in a way it need to. But till later, peace out. Love you, fam.